time to give me to come talk on the air. I was in the Navy for 2.5 years. I got a military because when I was in there, I see something that disturbed me. You know, when we're in Guam deployed, we're being trained on the kind of like a mock American normal cookie cutter home neighborhood. You know, we're being trained to go in there, shut it down, set up command, and pretty much anybody they did not go with what's going on with the martial law. We had to detain them and arrest them, and we're being trained to go around and confiscate weapons. You know.
Well, that's it. It is admitted that the military, especially in the last 7 years, has accelerated its training for martial law and for gun confiscation. Look at Katrina. For all the good old boys out there that just see a bunch of thugs and, hey, let's crush these looters, understand, once New Orleans descended into chaos, they went to the high and dry areas and confiscated the guns. So people need to understand that this globalist manipulation is just that, a manipulation. And I don't know how to stop it now because you've got Justice Department people, you've got the racist, thug, New Black Panther Party in the middle of this, clearly trying to stir it up. And it's a serious situation. Wolverine in Tennessee, your National Guard, what's your breakdown on this?
Well, Alex, I mean, well, first off, it's an honor to talk to you. But secondly, I mean, the National Guard's training for this because that's what we're designed for, the National Guard, you know what I mean? And now you got like the new Battlefield game. You actually hunt down Tea Partiers with the Gadsden flag. Those are the enemies in the video games. And like you said, complete psyops from that perspective, too. Also, I've got a cousin in the Navy. He rolled up on a FEMA camp, and me and him have been talking, and he thinks that what's going to end up happening, Alex, is they keep cutting all the benefits for the military. They just cut aid for tuition and the GI Bill and stuff. They're going to keep cutting back, and then they're going to say, okay, National Guard, if you want your benefits back, go arrest these American citizens here that are protesting. And a lot of people want to go with it because they want their benefits back. And I hate to say it, but I believe that's the truth.
You're absolutely right. Before they brought in all these UN controls, the national parks, they cut their pay for a year and then said, do what we say and the money will come back. And that's what they do. They socially engineer people. And it's now come out that they do have the Justice Department there running things and provocateuring things to try to stir this up. And it's another betrayal of the entire community, especially black folks. I appreciate your call. Phil in New Jersey, we're moving quick now. Retired Special Operations. Phil, what is your breakdown on this?
Well, you know, unfortunately, Alex, I think it's everything that you've been saying coming to unfold. And to, I guess, quote one of your guests that you have on quite frequently, if something's going on over here, what's going on the other side, that's kind of more important. You know, if this is happening, there's got to be something else bigger happening behind our backs that just isn't making it out there. And unfortunately, I think that you're kind of spot on with it. And also, I wanted to kind of mention to you about something that I was a part of in the special operations community that was happening at my unit, was how we were trying to set up, actually it's being set up, it's called DOMOps, Domestic Operations. And what that was is basically getting some of us to backfill FBI teams on using door-to-door, basically, you know, door kicking here in the United States. And they were trying to write a proposal for it on the military side. They decided they weren't going to do it because the better approach was to have the FBI write it, so that it got pushed up the FBI chain of command, and then it would make its way down to the military side.
Sure, that's been going on since the 80s, secretly. We were given a secret document by an FBI agent on I-35 during an Army checkpoint, and we don't know to this day whether he gave it to it on purpose or it was a mistake, but it was classified. And the document's on Infowars.com. It made the news. And it said that regular Army was doing checkpoints, door kicking, warrant service, all under the cover of bomb disposal EOD, but that's only the cover. And yes, the FBI is over it domestically. So that's, but let's say it was a 1 on a Richter scale, it's like a 50 now. I mean, it was very secretive back then. But Mike Hansen was on the side of the road. The police had threatened to arrest him. He got back 200 yards. FBI agent pulls up in a black sedan, gets out and goes, here is for the press. This is what's going on. Now, you need to leave or you're going to get arrested. And Mike Hansen said, okay. He'd already gotten footage, got in his car, left, and it was a secret document. I mean, in an unmarked FBI car. Just pulls up. Here's your document. We're just like, what? It's like marked restricted. We'll be back. Stay with us.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. A General Steel building can save you as much as half the cost and time of similar conventional construction. And we're offering rebates of up to $20,000 to help you build today. Call General Steel for free information that could save you thousands. Call 866-91-STEEL. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Blockit Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Well, the Time magazine headline is, "The coming race war won't be about race." So if you're Reginald Denny and folks throw rocks into your 18-wheeler cab window, drag you out and kill you because you're white, no. They didn't kill you because you were white, even though they did. You deserve it because it's part of your class as a truck driver that can barely pay his rent to almost be killed because, well, somebody else died, so it's your fault. You need to die. And this is how the left's going to take over America. They're going to stage all this, provocateur this, use a tragedy to bring this into place, and then have the middle class I don't care what color you are, cheering the National Guard on as they stop riots around the country, which actually stirs up more riots. And then the establishment will stage terror attacks, claiming that it's the right wing and the veterans that are angry at the government. And so now Homeland Security's got to arrest all of them. And I keep telling you, this is the plan. You notice it's just following the script. I know the New World Order. Phil in New Jersey, retired special ops. My second police state film, The Takeover, from the year 2000, has video of the Army checkpoint, video of the document, where it says, do not hesitate us, do not hesitate to call us 24 hours a day. 7 days a week, we're ready to serve warrants, whatever you want, we're here. And the issue is secret government, totally illegal. The end of Posse Comitatus. Just like the NSA, the rest of it. They sell all this illegal stuff as part of the drug war, while the whole time it's being built up to target the American people during the total takeover. So how do you get the right wing to accept troops on the streets? Use them against black people. This is the full spectrum dominance mastery of what they're carrying out. And I cringe to think what's going to happen with the National Guard as demonstrations start to spread nationwide, because you've got provocateurs from the Justice Department inside right now. We have the articles and the video and the proof up on Infowars.com. Any other points, Phil?
Yeah, Alex, I think, you're completely on with that. Like, how do you get the right wing to go with it? But I think they're already on board with this. Like, how you're able to sell their supporters on going along with it. The mainstream, left and right are playing in the same tent. They're just enemies out on the world stage. And another point I want to bring up is that there've been across 5 different websites during the commercial break, and I'm seeing all this different information. And that one thing that's out there is, like, how does this guy get shot in his hand? He's 6'4". I'm a firearms instructor also, and I'll tell you, one of the most difficult weapons that I've had to help people learn how to shoot is a handgun. And from 25 yards, they can't even hit a steel plate. So that shot in the hand was probably a lucky shot for that guy. I probably couldn't do it again. So,
well, if somebody's bull rushing you, they're going to have their hands out in front of their chest. You're going to be shooting center of mass where some of the bullet holes are. It's going to go through your hands.
Like his hands are up over his head. And it goes back to all the stuff that you keep on saying. It's a disinformation. And I'm just sitting back trying to get all the information to make an intelligent decision about this without passing judgment.
Well, the police have been caught lying so many times that I get people not buying what they're saying, but that's a separate issue from the fact that the globalists want to destabilize this country. And for all of us, that's what we should be worried about. That's what we should be focused on, is what is the Justice Department, the new Black Panther Party, and all these Acorn-type groups down there, what are they doing? And they're trying to stir things up to make it even bigger. And the police did things like attacking reporters and then lying about it that only hurts their credibility. So it's a perfect storm of screw-ups here, or it's being done on purpose. Tom in New York, former police, what's your view on all this?
All right, let's go to this real fast and be right on the point with it, because your first 2 callers were correct. The first thing is we need to come back to the initial event, and your second caller that described the woman that has given testimony saying that she is a friend of the fiance or girlfriend of the officer involved in this. In her account, it matches up with other details, the witnesses that took video that you can find on YouTube that were at the scene where Michael Brown's body was laying in the street. A man can be heard in the background describing how when the officer pulled up on him, people surrounding him were questioning his positioning in the street. And from that, they started asking, well, how did he get in that exact position? A man can be heard saying in the background that initially he was up on the truck, he ran, turned around, came back towards the vehicle, and several times what he described as dumping, meaning unloading the clip on what would have been Michael Brown, he thought he was missing him, which then ties into also the story that the woman had given claiming that when she had spoken...
Hold on, I want to hear about this when we come back. Stay with us.